Ty is probably one of the best teammates I've had. Like, she's always there supporting everybody, like uplifting everybody. So it's really fun to see her kind of like come into her own and thrive. And whether she plays 2 minutes or she plays 20 minutes, she's the same person in the locker room and shows up and works every single day.
Caitlin Clark just surprised her Fever teammates with something fans can't even buy yet. And it happened right after Indiana beat Dallas 98-87. Ty Harris posted a look at what was waiting for her after the game. Several pairs of Nike shoes. And among them were Caitlin Clark's unreleased signature shoes, the Caitlin ones. Those shoes don't officially release to the public until October, but Caitlin apparently made sure her teammates got early access. And honestly, this is the kind of small moment that tells you a lot about what is happening inside the Fever locker room. Because people outside the team keep talking about drama, coach drama, teammate dramas, controversy, fans booing, players supposedly turning on each other, but the actual signs coming out of the locker room look very different.
Highlight something wholesome because this is actually really cool, and it is the true story of playing for the Indiana Fever if you are able to withstand the circumstances and the noise and the discourse. If you can battle through the noise and the discourse and everything else, the true story emerges. For those of us who aren't, turning everything into a controversy constantly, which would be that you get a bigger spotlight on you, obviously, right? And with that can come more opportunity. Sophie Cunningham has become extraordinarily popular. That would not have happened without the proximity to Caitlin Clark and playing on the Indiana Fever. Lexi Holm has all sorts of brand deals. I got people telling me about her makeup brand or whatever all the time. I'm not that familiar with it, but I know she's doing her thing. That obviously has happened being in proximity to Caitlin Clark and playing on the Indiana Fever. And there was a really nice exchange between Caitlin Clark and Ty Harris that could wind up, leading to some deals for Ty.
Indiana keeps winning, the players keep backing each other, and now Caitlin is handing out her own unreleased signature shoes. That does not exactly look like a broken locker room. And the timing is interesting because Caitlin had just delivered another huge game. She finished with 29 points and 10 assists against Dallas. Indiana won by 11. And Clark also became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 700 career assists. That part matters because Caitlin is known for the deep threes, the logo shots, the crazy range. But 700 assists in record time tells you she is also constantly creating for the people around her. And now she appears to be doing the same thing off the court. The Caitlin one is a big deal for her. This is her first signature basketball shoe. Her name, her brand, her moment. And instead of keeping that moment completely centered on herself, she is sharing it with the people in the locker room.
All you have to do is have a conversation with Caitlin Clark about a company, and they're gonna hit your line harder than people who are on that booger sugar. Oh my goodness, this is crazy work. Caitlin getting assists on the court and off the court. Now this is true MVP status right here. This is what an MVP is supposed to do. She's been trying to put money in these other players' pockets since she's entered the league. And right off the bat, off this interview, you can see her getting it done, man. Ty Harris now in cahoots with Olipop. Man, this is crazy work, right? Now, like I stated, Olipop, man, ended up actually tweeting this. Ty, girl, let's chat. All right. And this is all that happened. They came to the podium after the game, right? And listen to what happened.
Why y'all be doing that? Why y'all superstars be doing that? Because y'all not sponsored by them?
No, I don't drink all
Caitlin,
that.
sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody else sign her. She's on the market.
As you can see, man, Caitlin Clark dropping the gems. Hey, I'm not signed by them. All right, I'm not signed by them. That's why us superstars do that.
That is where this story becomes bigger than sneakers, because being the biggest star on a team can easily create tension. Every interview becomes about you. Every road crowd comes to see you. Every broadcast follows you. Every mistake becomes a headline. Even your teammates get asked questions about you constantly. That can become exhausting. So when the biggest player on the team makes an effort to include everybody else, it matters. And we have seen Caitlin do this before. During All-Star Weekend, she gave away unreleased pairs of the Caitlin one. Fans got them. Other players got them. Courtney Williams and Natisha Hiedemann got pairs before the shoe officially launched.
Hey. These for you. Yes. And these for me. Hey. And I'm wearing these tonight.
I'm putting mine on right now.
I made a call to the president. And y'all see what happened.
Thank you. Oh, give me a hug, girlie.
We love you.
I think we're all the same size.
Hell yeah. We love the president. We love the president.
Look at these.
You're the second player to ever play them after this other young girl. But yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Now the same thing is happening inside Indiana. And that feels especially important because the Fever have had a lot of noise around them lately. Stephanie White has been criticized. Fans have booed. Sophie Cunningham has been dragged into controversy. Every week, there seems to be another story claiming something is wrong in Indiana. But the actual team keeps giving us evidence that they are still connected. Caitlin has defended her coach. Players have talked about how close the group is. And now this. Shoes waiting for teammates after a win. It is a small gesture, but small gestures inside a locker room can matter, especially when a team is trying to build toward the playoffs. Indiana does not need Caitlin Clark to do everything herself. They need Kelsey Mitchell. They need Aaliyah Boston. They need Sophie Cunningham. They need Ty Harris. They need everybody. And one of the biggest challenges for any superstar is making sure the rest of the team still feels important. That is why this moment stands out. Caitlin could have kept the spotlight entirely on her signature shoe. Instead, she brought her teammates into it. And the other thing that makes this smart is that the shoes are not even available yet. The public has to wait. Her teammates didn't. That instantly makes it feel special. It also helps explain why Caitlin's shoe launch is getting so much attention. Instead of simply releasing a commercial and saying, "Here is my shoe," Caitlin is putting them on the feet of people around her. Players, teammates, fans, and every reaction becomes part of the launch. That is good marketing, but it also looks like genuine appreciation, and after another big Fever win, it sends a pretty clear message. Caitlin Clark is not just trying to build her own brand. She looks like she is trying to bring the whole team with her. That matters because Indiana is becoming a dangerous team. They are winning. Caitlin is playing at a high level. The chemistry looks strong. And as the playoffs get closer, that connection could become just as important as any deep three she hits. So maybe the biggest thing about Caitlin Clark's new shoe is not that her name is on it, it is who she decided to share it with. Comment team if you think moments like this matter inside a winning locker room.
Indiana Fever take the dub over the Atlanta Dream. I don't even know where to start with this game, but this is how it ended with the high IQ pass where Caitlin just throws it to nobody.
Lays, can't hit, rebound Clark, swings it ahead, and that will do it.
There is a problem spreading across the WNBA right now, and nobody seems to have an answer for it, because Caitlin Clark is reaching the point where normal defense does not work anymore. Guard her at the three-point line, she shoots from behind it.
Here's Clark, working behind Boston. Has the switch on Reese, will fire, and hit from three.
Back up to stop the drive, she pulls up. Send a second defender, she finds the open teammate. And against Atlanta, Caitlin produced another one of those moments where the defense almost looked confused about what it was supposed to do.
Here's Clark, wheeling, found some space, didn't take. Finds Boston in the paint, threading the needle for two. Here's Clark, always playing at a breakneck pace. Goes behind the back. Timpson couldn't finish it. Does on the follow. Timpson, 6 to shoot. Finds Clark. Back to Timpson in the lane for the lay.
Clark came up the floor. She looked at the basket. And from ridiculously deep range, she let it fly.
Clark, guarded by Sherrod, will fire a bomb and hit from way downtown.
3 points. That's the Caitlin Clark problem, because when someone is willing to shoot from that far away, the basketball court suddenly becomes much bigger. And lately, WNBA defenses have been finding that out the hard way. This isn't one viral highlight either. Look at what Caitlin has been doing over the past few weeks. During one 8-game stretch, Clark averaged 26.5 points and 9.3 assists. She shot nearly 50% from the floor, and more importantly, she hit almost 44% of her threes.
The Fever are looking really good. Caitlin's looking really good. Kelsey's looking really good. They are finally clicking. They're finally figuring it out. Like I've said in previous episodes, I do still worry about their defense, specifically their isolation defense, because I feel like not many of their players are very good one-on-one defenders. And there was also multiple times, this is going to get into my MVP discussion, there was multiple times during that game where Caitlin Clark was actually guarding Alicia Gray or guarding Ryan Howard. Like, she was matched up against the best guards on the Atlanta Dream, and so many folks are saying that Caitlin doesn't play defense. That's why she can't be in the MVP conversation, because she doesn't play defense. Caitlin's defense has definitely improved.
Think about that combination: volume scoring, elite passing, deep shooting, and winning basketball. Indiana went 6-2 during that stretch, but Caitlin didn't slow down. Against the New York Liberty, she put up 22 points and 10 assists. Indiana won 106-92, and the Fever absolutely destroyed New York from outside. They hit 16 of 24 three-pointers. That's 2 out of every 3 shots from deep.
Pauline Este, the quickness from New York Liberty, gets the assignment on Caitlin Clark. Rebecca Allen with her size on Kelsey Mitchell.
Clark sheds her, fires, and hits.
Khan, certainly a player you need to put a body on.
Clark connects on a deep three. The former league and finals MVP, this year's All-Star MVP. Clark again. Caitlin Clark.
Why does that matter when we're talking about Caitlin? Because her range changes what every other player on the floor is allowed to do. If Caitlin brings the ball up and a defender waits around the normal three-point line, that defender is already too far away. So now somebody has to meet Clark much higher, sometimes near the logo. But the second you do that, look at what's behind you. Space. A lot of it. Now Caitlin can blow past the first defender, a second defender has to help, and that's when the passing starts. Aaliyah Boston can roll toward the basket. Kelsey Mitchell gets space on the perimeter. Shooters can sit in the corners. Cutters suddenly have open lanes. So even when Clark doesn't shoot the deep three, the threat of that shot has already changed the possession. That's what makes defending her so difficult. And Dallas got another reminder. Caitlin finished with 29 points and 10 assists against the Wings. She even gave Indiana a scare after appearing to hurt her ankle late in the first half. Then she came back and scored 20 points in the second half. But buried inside that performance was another ridiculous achievement. Clark became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 700 career assists. She got there in just 83 games. That's the part of Caitlin's game that sometimes gets lost behind the huge threes. Everybody talks about the shooting. Everybody shares the logo shots. Everybody knows what happens when she gets hot from outside. But you can't simply throw 2 defenders at her, because she's one of the most dangerous passers in basketball. And that forces defenses into an impossible choice. Let Caitlin operate one-on-one, she can score. Bring help, she can pass. Go under a screen, she can shoot. Go over, she can attack the gap. Switch a bigger defender onto her, she can create separation. Put a smaller guard on her, she can shoot over the top. So what exactly are you supposed to take away? Atlanta just became the latest team forced to answer that question. And again, Clark walked away with numbers. 26 points, 9 assists. Another Fever win. Indiana beat Atlanta 95-91 in overtime. That made it 4 wins in a row and 11 victories in 14 games. That's where this gets really interesting, because earlier in Caitlin's career, people could dismiss the highlights. Sure, the passing was amazing. Sure, she could shoot from the logo, but critics could point toward turnovers, efficiency, defense, team results. Now, Indiana's winning, and Caitlin's efficiency has climbed with it. That's a much bigger problem. The craziest thing might be how much more comfortable she looks controlling the game. She doesn't need to sprint around trying to create something every possession. Sometimes she slows everything down. She watches the defender, waits for the screen, moves them where she wants them, and then attacks. That's what happens when a great talent starts understanding exactly how opponents are trying to stop her. The league adjusts to Caitlin, then Caitlin adjusts to the adjustment, and suddenly the solution that worked 2 months ago doesn't work anymore. That's why these deep threes matter beyond the highlight. Every time Caitlin hits one from near the logo, the next defender remembers it. Now she's thinking about it when Clark crosses half court. Should I step up? Is she actually going to shoot from there? Do I need help? Where is the screen coming from? And Caitlin only needs a tiny bit of hesitation, because now the screen arrives. The defender is late. Clark gets downhill, help comes at pass. Open three, basket. That's how one ridiculous shot can affect 10 possessions after it. And this is exactly what the Fever want heading toward the playoffs. Not Caitlin Clark simply putting up huge numbers. Caitlin Clark forcing entire defenses to change what they normally do. Because once the opponent starts designing its whole game plan around stopping number 22, everybody else gets opportunities. And here's the scary part. She's only 24 years old. This isn't some veteran at the end of her prime who has completely mastered every part of the game. Clark is still learning, still adjusting, still figuring out exactly how much she can get away with from 30 feet away. And right now, every time a defender thinks they've finally figured out where they need to guard Caitlin Clark, she takes another step backwards.